Alright, yo. My views about the Ninja Bike, and about any gear for that matter, go up and down, back and forth, all the time. Because this game is ever changing. Whether it be players who do something spectacular, or the devs introduce something new to the game. This time, it's a case in which a smaller YouTuber did something spectacular. He's discovered the new PvP meta. Now, although the Ninja Bike may not be that great in PvE, it is a godsend in PvP. Because the Ninja Bike bag is different from Div 1. Because I made a video about this a couple days ago, just talking about how I didn't think the Ninja Bike was as good as I thought it would be. And that's because the Ninja Bike essentially takes a whole talent away from you. It has no talent. So you put a backpack there with all kind of stats and talents, and then you put the Ninja Bike there, then it's nothing except adds a few other pieces to your gear, which is great in some cases, but in some cases it's terrible. But it seems like the Ninja Bike came here for PvP. Now, you know that the developers don't do anything for PvP, but I think that the bag is really good for it because it just disrupts a lot of the builds that are out there. Most importantly, it completely replaces the meta that used to be Fox's Prayer and Contractors. Because if you pair the Ninja Bike with Fox's Prayer and Contractor's gloves, it doesn't do anything for the build because the two-piece Overlord armaments only gives you like accuracy or stability or something like that. And then the two-piece brand for the Contractor's gloves gives you weapon handling. You don't want to use these two attributes, so it's basically taken away the whole purpose of using Ninja Bike if you use Contractors and Fox's Prayer, despite the fact that it has multiplicative damage to targets out of cover. And not to mention that most people aren't even using rifles when they use the Fox's Prayer knee pads. You're just using it for the targets out of cover damage, or you're not using the LMG. So it's like, it's kind of cheese to just use that, and it's been the go-to for so long, and this is so refreshing that we have something different now. And this is actually in the realm of something that I love. You know, fam, you know that I love y'all gear, right? I have so many builds with y'all. I just love the look of it. I just love what it does in general. It's exclusive to the Dark Zone, and now it's even more important than ever to go into the Dark Zone. So you might as well, and in the meantime, you could farm some y'all pieces when trying to search for the Eagle Bear, the Bighorn, or the Ravenous. But let me show you this build. And by the way, shout out to this YouTuber, okay? Leo Gaming. He made a comment on my video saying the Ninja Bike isn't really that good in PvE, but there's a new meta that spawned because of it in PvP. Check the build out on my channel. I'm like, you know, I don't normally go check out builds when they ask me to on people's channels, but why not? So I went over there and I found this. There's no talking in the video, just carnage. He was playing Conflict with his build. Let me show you the gameplay, and then we'll get back to what he's using after this. You know, I thought about making this build. I probably have the pieces, matter of fact, and actually I might make it. This might actually inspire me to go in there and play PvP and also make other iterations of it because it's just such a great build. But just check this gameplay out and we'll get back to the build.
Immediate medical assistance needed. Agent out of function.
Alright, so here's the perfect style of play, okay? You know that the Pulse meta is still around, so everybody's going to be using Pulse because they want to spot you on the map. The Ninja Bike allows you to have a three-piece yaw, which when you normally have a three-piece yaw, you can't fit much else on it, so it's really hard to get something to work with that, right? But then he has a three-piece Umbra, a combination which you could not put together before the Ninja Bike bag. This allows you to become immune to pulse because the yaw three-piece gives you 40% pulse resistance. Whatever specialization you use gives you another 50% pulse resistance, and then all you need is a few mods, pulse resistance mods in your gear. You're good to go. You don't have to worry about crit on this build because Umbra has you covered with the extra 100% critical hit damage. Look at the stats, bro. The stats are already at over 100% crit hit damage. If you roll crit on the gloves and the knee pads of y'all and roll crit damage everywhere on Umbra, you're going to yield over 50% crit chance and 100% crit damage on this build without the Umbra buff. Then once that kicks in, you're over 200%. This is the standard crit that you need, the maximum amount of crit that you need for any build to wreak havoc. Now, with the element of surprise and the fact that you're not seen is another layer of threat that you have against the enemy. The weapon he's using is great too. is the FAMAS, a great weapon, especially in Div 1 after they increased the magazine size. He's using Optimist. And Optimist, the more you fire, the stronger you get, so the damage increases based on the magazine size. And he's using Firewall Specialization, the ultimate PvP specialization to use. I mean, you know, shields aren't really meta anymore because once it gets taken down, then you become disoriented unless you add hazard protection to this build, which I think you can actually pull off. I'm going to get in the lab with this. As I said, I'm not going to copy this completely, but I'm going to use it as a template, and I'm actually inspired. So, shout out to Leo Gaming. Go subscribe to his channel. He has about 220 subs, up and coming content creator. And the reason I'm giving him such a big shout out is because I'm using his footage, and it's only right. I'm not about to sit here and put this gameplay up claiming it's mine. If I'm gonna claim it's mine, best believe it's gonna be my footage, and you're gonna see some special stuff in it. But this is his footage. He told me about this build, and I'm about to get in the lab right now. I don't have anything else to say in this video. Let me know what you think about it down below. Tell me if you know about this new meta arising in PvP. Tell me any other contenders that you think might go against this as the meta, but honestly, I don't really see much else fighting this as good because it has survivability with 1.6 million armor. It has damage, it has the crit, it has everything, man. This build is legit, and matter of fact, this is a build you can take into the dark zone because you will never be pulsed, man. Yeah, this is getting me kind of hyped. Now, the reason why I made that video about why I thought the Ninja Bike bag wasn't as good is because I was basing it purely off of PvE, and I've kind of lost touch with things that I love in gaming. And when it comes to that, I love PvP, and when I get into that mode, all kind of different ideas start to spawn, and it's kind of a rabbit hole of creativity. So I think I'm gonna go down that hole a little bit more and look at this Ninja Bike bag as a pure PvP piece of gear. And when you look at it from that perspective, it's amazing. So let me know what you think of this down below. That's all I got to say, fam. I'll catch you in the next one. Be right out.